Good evening, everyone. The hour of 6:30 having arrived on this 16th of August, 2022, I will now call to order the special meeting of the Common Council for the State of the City of Dress. If we could all rise as we are able to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, that would be great. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty with justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Once a year, I have the opportunity to address all of you and the community with the State of the City of Dress, and so I am pleased to begin that now. President Tate II, members of the Common Council, city staff, and my fellow Racine residents, thank you for joining me tonight for my annual State of the City address. This last year has been an exciting year for the City of Racine. We have seized on the opportunities before us, launched new programs and initiatives, and have recommitted to facing our challenges head-on. Thanks to Governor Evers' leadership, the City of Racine will benefit from the biggest state investments in more than a generation. The last time we saw a substantial investment of this size, it was 3 decades ago to build a state prison on Memorial Drive. Governor Evers has come forward with more than $36 million to help fund a health clinic, to help fund law enforcement and crime prevention, and to help fund increasing home ownership in the city. This is my 16th year as an elected official, having the privilege to represent people here in the City of Racine as a legislator or as mayor. And I can tell you unequivocally that in those 16 years, no governor in either party has done more to invest in Racine than Governor Tony Evers. Thanks to President Biden, the American Rescue Plan was passed and is probably the most significant piece of legislation for Racine since perhaps the New Deal. I won't mince words. Much of our ability to capitalize on new opportunities and maintain current services is directly related to the funds that we received from ARPA, or the American Rescue Plan Act. It has sent tens of millions of dollars to our community and communities all over the country to help us both bounce back from COVID-19 and to invest in the long-term economic mobility of our residents. I also want to acknowledge the Council. I want to thank President Tate II specifically and all the members of the Council for your advice, your candor, your support as we propose new and more creative ways to support city residents. It is only through your leadership and in partnership that any of our shared accomplishments are achieved, and I deeply and sincerely appreciate the work that the Council does. So where to begin? What is different about the city compared to a year ago? Well, to start, unprecedented level of investment, more than $62 million in grant funding and more than $100 million worth of private development. You may have noticed cranes in the sky and shovels in the ground. There are new buildings being constructed in our city. At the former Horlick Malted Milk Factory, Josh Jefferson Company have kept their commitments to the City of Racine and continue to construct their Bell City Square, an innovative and exciting reimagining of an historic site. Last year, they opened the Arabella. This year, they are opening the William, and now 2 new market-rate apartment buildings are being built. These 2 new buildings are the first new construction of multifamily market-rate housing in the city in more than a generation. And when complete, they will represent more than $100 million of investment in that one project. In our downtown, construction on Monument Square of Hotel Verdant is well underway. Renovation of the old Zons building and new construction in the previously vacant lot next to it look great. I am so looking forward to an environmentally sustainable boutique hotel on the square with a rooftop bar and amazing lake views. It'll be a wonderful addition to the city and the downtown. I thank the Common Council for their continued support of Dominion Properties and their vision for the site. And finally, in our industrial parks, we are seeing manufacturing expand as Summit Packaging is building its largest facility in the U.S. to expand on their current footprint, bringing additional jobs and resources to our city. This year, with the Common Council's leadership, we've approved moving $8 million in ARPA dollars to the Community Development Authority to invest in neighborhood housing. I am pleased to say that we now have 5 homes being built in neighborhoods on vacant lots, which will be going to city residents who may have never had the opportunity to own a home. Speaking of investing in neighborhood housing, Governor Evers and the state of Wisconsin awarded us an ARPA grant of $15 million to invest in at least 60 homes in the Lincoln King neighborhood. New homes will be built on vacant lots, and other existing homes will be renovated and given new life for our residents. Additionally, the governor supported our desire to build a permanent home for the Racine Community Health Center and a new MLK Community Center on the vacant block next to the Julian Thomas Elementary School with a $20 million grant. To date, between our federal, state, local government resources, as well as commitments from parties like Ascension, we have raised more than $45 million of the nearly $60 million needed to build the new facility. As it relates to city development, every 10 years, the city is required by law to update our comprehensive plan. Revising the city's master plan requires input for a variety of community stakeholders to create both a vision and a land use plan for the next 10 years for the city's future. And I will say we could have done the standard thing where we just put up a website and sent out some emails and asked people to do an online survey. That would have been the easy and normal thing to do. But instead this year, Jeff Hint's team, along with Krista Venegas in my office and consultant Kimberly Payne, did an amazing job of community outreach. We engaged and gathered input from a large number of city residents, more than 2,000 of extremely diverse community members who represent the city as a whole. We will present what we learned and draft the comprehensive plan to the council in the months ahead. The Neighborhood Enhancement Division, or NED as it is called, for the first time this year started proactive rental inspections in the Neighborhood Stabilization and Enhancement District. Renters within the district can now request that one of our inspectors come and look at code violations to ensure that they have a safe and habitable place to be. Standing up a new program that covers about half the city is never easy. I want to thank Ken Plasky, Kelly Reed, and Corbin Howell for leading the NED team's work to ensure that our residents who are renters feel safe, secure, and supported where they live. Finally, with the help of city development staff and our nonprofit partners, the city is still supporting local businesses who are either still recovering from the lingering effects of COVID, who have been impacted by construction, or who are looking to expand. The city has committed this year more than $500,000 to support our small local businesses, whether it's those in West Racine corridor or who got the double whammy of COVID and Highway 20 expansion and construction, or other small businesses looking to expand here in the city. This year, we also saw the culmination of years of work in the launching into the service of our 9 new fully electric buses. Racine now has the largest percentage of fully electric buses in its fleet in the state of Wisconsin. That is not only a remarkable accomplishment on its own, but it also demonstrates our commitment on reducing our carbon footprint to the Paris Climate Accord and our commitment to the community to address their needs. These buses were largely funded through federal grants and the VW emissions settlement. We were so excited about the electric buses that under the inspiration of Trevor Young, our Transit and Mobility Director, we made a video to celebrate it. I'll ask the clerk to play the video now.
Which bus goes to Wilson's?
That would be bus 86.
So, what's the deal with this new bus fleet?
Thanks for asking. It's electric.
Oh, okay.
You can't see it.
It's electric.
You gotta feel it.
It's electric.
Ooh, it's shocking.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
But you know it's there. Here, there, and everywhere. I got to move. I'm going on a party ride. I've got to groove. And from this music I just can't hide. Are you coming with me? Come, let me take you on a party ride. And I will teach you. I'll teach you the electric slide. Some say it's a mystic.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
You can't resist it.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
You can't do without it.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Picking up with somebody, she's a chicken and feeling Charlie.
So Racine is the proud new home of 9 all-electric, pollution-free buses. So buy the ticket and enjoy the ride.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
5, 6, 7, 8.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
that was a lot of fun to do. It involved a lot of community members spending a morning filming that. There were several alders there. It was great to see the diversity of the community coming out and celebrating our transit system and our commitment to climate change and addressing our carbon footprint. So 9 brand new pollution-free electric buses is quite an accomplishment. Our fleet has the highest percent of electric vehicles in the state. But wait, there's more. Just today, we learned from the Federal Transit Administration that our application for an additional $3.7 million for 4 additional electric buses was accepted, which will bring our fleet up to 13 in total. Great job to Trevor Young, Willie McDonald, and the entire Ride family for their creativity and their commitment to a bus system that meets our community's needs and reflects our commitment to the earth. We appreciate your work and continued innovation. Yeah. This spring, we also launched our Grow Racine initiatives, implemented by Vicki Selko in my office. Grow Racine aims to help our residents earn their high school degrees, start family-supporting jobs in the trades, become homeowners, and repair and improve their homes. We are investing in our residents' futures with these Grow Racine programs. To make it easier for people to find these programs that we've started, we created a website, growracine.org, to put all these resources in one place. If you could start the video.
We empower ourselves by taking charge. It's never too late to make change.
Earn the high school degree, land the dream job,
become financially resilient, and become homeowners. We can make an impact for our future generations. We can make an impact on what comes next.
Education, opportunity, and support are what we need right now.
Racine is here for you. We are here to support you and your pathway to success and stability. We have community partners that are ready to help you gain skills and confidence to knock down barriers and reach your goals. We have scholarships to help you pay your bills while you go back to school, pre-apprenticeship opportunities for construction, and financial guidance to help you plan your future. We provide support, and you make it all happen from there.
For too long, we have been shut out from opportunity.
but now we have the power and the support to create the life that we deserve.
That's a video on the growracine.org website. But again, if you scroll up just a little bit, you can see the programs that we've had listed there, and they're all in one place. Our Grow Racine initiative includes 2 new scholarship programs using ARPA funds that you all committed for adult city residents looking to earn their high school degree through YWCA's high school education program for residents hoping to start a career for residents hoping to start a career in the building trades by completing a pre-apprenticeship program. So we launched these programs in March, and already we have more than 300 city residents who've applied for one of these tremendous opportunities, and dozens of residents who are now receiving their scholarships. Another core component of our Grow Racine efforts is the Racine Financial Empowerment Center, or FEC, which in not even 18 months of existence has already served 260 residents and helped them reduce over $300,000 in debt and helped them save personal savings by almost $84,000. The Racine FEC was recognized by Governor Evers in 2022 as a Financial Literacy Award recipient for 2021. The Racine FEC is the first FEC in the state of Wisconsin, and we are using ARPA funds to sustain this innovative city service to continue to help our residents overcome financial challenges and to achieve their financial goals. Thanks to the staff at Housing Resources Incorporated, who runs the Racine FEC in partnership with my office. Under the Grow Racine banner, you can also apply for neighborhood TID home repair grants. The program currently operates in TID 22 and TID 23, and homeowners there are eligible for up to a $10,000 grant from the city to address home repairs. We've had more than 100 homeowners apply, and we're getting money out the door to fix those homes. The city has never invested directly in homeowners in this way, and the feedback we're receiving is that our residents deeply appreciate the opportunity to repair and invest in their homes. Finally, as part of our Grow Racine initiative and completely funded with ARPA dollars, we launched the city's first ever youth employment program, headed by Keisha Buford. The City of Racine's youth employment program is an 8-week summer career experience that allows youth ages 16 to 24 to work for the City of Racine alongside professionals in each of our city departments. This program will wrap up this Friday, August 19th, but the first cohort was a diverse pool of 36 youth employees working throughout the city. I'm proud to say that we currently have 4 youth employees from the program who are in the process of applying for or continuing to work for the city of Racine. Keisha did a fantastic job creating a new program from scratch, and I want to thank her and all the departments who participated in the program this year. It has been an inspiring thing to see young people come to work for the city for a time, and for the first time possibly thinking about how they might pursue a career in public service, whether it's police or fire or the water utility or the finance department or the clerk's office. The experiences have been positive and amazing, and I think this might be a pipeline to our future workforce. Yeah. Also this year, in our continued effort to bring services directly to our residents, city staff and all departments came together to plan and implement the first ever city jobs and resource fairs. These 3 Racine Bounce Back events brought city services, city employment opportunities, and resources to hundreds of residents in a way we have never really done before. Our staff really enjoyed engaging directly with our residents and with each other, and I look forward to the city continuing to bring opportunities and resources directly to our community. Thank you to Vicki Selko and all the staff who've helped make this event successful. The architect of the New Deal, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, said in his second inaugural address, "The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little." With the support and leadership of the Common Council and funding from the federal government, we are focusing on exactly that test of our progress, making sure that we are providing an opportunity for everyone to achieve the American dream and to make it into the middle class. In the 2022 budget, the Common Council made a significant commitment to equity within city government. The council, under its own leadership, created an ordinance and used ARPA funds to create the city's first ever equity officer. Damian Evans has been in this role for about 6 months, and soon will be releasing the city's first ever workforce equity plan. This plan will be a roadmap with goals from each city department to make sure that we are an inclusive employer, working hard to make sure our workforce is representative of the community it serves. Damien has also been working with Payne and Fraser and the LGBTQ Center of Southeast Wisconsin to assist city departments with inclusive culture training and to support our LGBTQ plus staff members, as well as bringing staff to other racial equity and inclusive culture trainings. While COVID-19 is not gone from the community and the city is currently in the high category, I am pleased to report, on behalf of our Public Health Administrator, Dottie K. Bowersox, that the Public Health Department has been able to reestablish all public health services as of March 1st of this year. While COVID is not completely gone from our lives, it is my sincere hope that the worst of the pandemic is in our rearview mirror. I am so grateful to our public health staff who've gone above and beyond in the last 2 years to keep us safe during the pandemic. Thanks to Dottie K and her team who've continued their work in numerous areas while still monitoring and addressing COVID-19 outbreaks. The work of municipal public health departments has never been more important, and I greatly appreciate our health department's tremendous dedication. My office also continues to lead the vaccination Racine efforts, and in recent months has partnered with AMI and Healthcare Network to organize more than 20 mobile vaccine clinics throughout the community, helping hundreds of residents access free, safe COVID vaccines. And thanks to some of the alders who actually came out for some of those events to knock on doors and ask residents to get a vaccine. One of the most important things that local governments do across this great country of ours is conduct free and fair elections. Our clerk, her staff, and the citizen volunteers who spend 18-hour days staffing polling locations on election days, they deserve our thanks and our gratitude. It is through their efforts that our residents are afforded the opportunity to vote safely and without harassment or delay. Our elections in this country have been clouded by Donald Trump's big lie that the 2020 election was stolen from him. Since then, we've seen an uptick in hostility towards our clerks and election workers. This cannot and will not be tolerated. Tonight, on our agenda, I'm asking the council to increase the penalty for disorderly conduct for those who harass or intimidate poll workers. I want everyone to understand clearly that the right to vote is sacred, that voters and poll workers will not be intimidated by conspiracy theorists, and that those who would try to dismantle the orderly execution of free and fair elections will find no quarter here. I will not hesitate to call out those who would try to hinder those in public health, our election staff, or any other employee who is performing their duty to serve the public and our democracy. The Parks Department has also been busy in 2022. Thanks to additional ARPA funding provided by the Common Council, we now have longer hours at our community centers and more things and programs for our staff to do. The Parks Department has also used that funding to partner with Isaiah Lambert to fund the Put the Guns Down basketball tournament at the Bryant Center. I was just there this weekend observing the games, and it was a phenomenal event. You may have also noticed new and very nice playground equipment that has been installed in several city parks, from Hamilton Park in Alder Jones's district to Island Park in Alder McCarthy's district or Alder Taft's district. The lines have moved, I apologize. But we are seeing new playground equipment in town. And I know from talking to both children and adults that they are really happy to see the new equipment. There are safety features at North and Zoo Beach that you may have noticed this summer. And while we are pleased with our partnerships and innovations, I want to thank and acknowledge our lifeguards who kept our waters safe this year. I also want to thank the council for agreeing to fund competitive pay increase for lifeguards 2 years ago. There were a number of area pools and beaches that had to remain closed or unguarded because of substandard wages. We were able to guard North Beach and bring back guards for Zoo Beach this summer because of that decision. The Bryant Center and the Juneteenth Committee hosted a week-long series of events instead of a day-long event to kick off the first year in which Juneteenth is recognized as a national holiday. From home buyer info sessions to the pageant and flag raising ceremony to the food, basketball, and car show to the sneakers ball, it was truly an amazing amount of work that went into coordinating these celebratory informative events. Many thanks to the park staff at the Bryant Center and the Juneteenth volunteers for making that happen this year. The city has also implemented new benefit programs aimed at attracting and retaining new employees, especially city residents. We created a 3% pay differential for city residents, created a new student loan repayment benefit, a $10,000 down payment assistance program to help city employees buy homes, and a number of items to recruit people to be city residents. As importantly, we created a new 8-week parental leave policy for employees who want to take time off to care for a new child. Thanks especially to Assistant Director Rashonda Canyon and Amelia Lean, the city's benefits manager, for their hard work in launching these programs. There has been perhaps no greater area of concern in the last year than the increase in gun violence and gun-related homicides we have seen here in Racine and across the country. I have heard loud and clear from residents across the community who are disturbed by the increasing frequency of shots fired and the headlines of gun-related violence. This year, we have seen a dramatic increase in the number of non-fatal shootings as well as homicides compared to previous years. The community was scared and they demanded a response. I know that we need to do more to support our police in their efforts to work with other agencies to hold those accountable that would resort to gun violence. I also know that we need to work at getting at the root cause of these crimes and prevent them wherever we can. In partnership with Racine County, the District Attorney's Office, the Racine Police Department, Racine Unified School District, Mothers of Black Voices United, Neighborhood Watch, and now Safe and Sound, my office partnered to create the Violent Crime Reduction Initiative. We now have deputies partner with RPD investigators and COP officers to execute warrants and get guns off the street in a very targeted way. We have a crisis response team that shows up to the scene or at the hospital to help de-escalate situations and prevent retaliation from occurring. This initiative has already led to key arrests and removed many illegal guns from the street. In September, the initiative members will provide the community with an update on early successes, challenges, and next steps. I applaud the leadership of Racine Police Department, Maurice Robinson and Assistant Chief Ramirez, and the entire RPD for this collaborative effort to keep our community safe. I briefly need to thank Governor Evers again. When he learned and heard about increased gun violence events, he called and asked what he could do to help. He quickly approved nearly $800,000 in state funds to the city to help fund both equipment and services for our community to help address the needs. It is so important to have a partner like Governor Evers in the Capitol in Madison. Those dollars will be used for police overtime, for acoustic technology to detect gunfire, and to bring a public health and preventative approach to community policing. As part of our efforts to reduce gun violence in the community, the Common Council also approved an allocation of $800,000 of city-designated ARPA funds to fund proposals from community partner organizations to provide services and programming to support the city's at-risk and underserved youth. I thank the Council for the support, and we look forward to getting more proposals from the community. The Racine Police Department has also been continuing their great work at our COP neighborhood cop houses. This summer, the RPD hosted 6 youth employment program students and partnered with the county's youth employment program, as well as to provide additional job and mentoring opportunities for our community's youth. The students went out into COP neighborhoods to cut long weeds and grass at people's homes and in vacant lots, as well as assisting COP officers and community members with other efforts to enhance our neighborhoods. Also a first, Racine Police Department now has a cadet program for recent high school graduates to work out of the police department while they go through their coursework and prepare to apply to join the police academy. This cadet program gives them real-life, hands-on training and familiarity with the Racine Police Department. Programs like this will help us succeed at recruiting and retaining the next generation of RPD officers from our own community. And I particularly want to point out and thank RPD Sergeant Pettis for his leadership in building this program. Yeah, absolutely. The Racine Fire Department, in partnership with RUSD, has also helped launch the fire service pathway within the academies of Racine. RUSD students can now actually intern with the Racine Fire Department and will earn credits towards graduation. The courses they take in school will also meet prerequisite requirements to be able to apply to join RFD. Once again, this is another way we can recruit residents to join the fire service and build the next generation of Racine Fire Department leaders. Thanks to Assistant Chief Brian Wolf for his efforts in building this career pathway in the Racine Fire Department. Yeah, absolutely. The Racine Fire Department has also closely partnered this summer with the Racine County and our Parks Department around beach safety. Last year, we unfortunately had several drownings. This year, our joint dive team has come together to enhance training of our lifeguards and create education videos to promote water safety on our beaches. We also, through our IT department, invested in cameras on the waterfront to make sure that we would have eyes on the water if, God forbid, someone were to go under. Thanks to all who have come together and helped doing this, but at the end of the day, I want to thank the lifeguards first and foremost who are down there every day keeping us safe. Yeah, absolutely. So I want to speak directly about the funding that our city, really all cities, need to adequately fund police and fire services. While we have used ARPA funds to stabilize our budget so that no further reductions in benefits or positions is required, when those one-time funds expire, we will be right back to where we were before ARPA with a budget shortfall. This is a funding crisis at the local level that is manufactured by a refusal of Republicans to add funding for cities through state aid or to allow cities to increase revenue outside of net new construction or referendums. The state is sitting on an historically large $3 billion surplus. Governor Evers proposed increasing state aid by 5%, and Republicans removed it from this last budget. It is time for Republicans to stop paying lip service to funding police. It is time for them to walk the walk instead of just talking the talk. The safety of our cities is as much a state concern as it is a local one. We need partners in Madison who are willing to see the value in police and fire to give police and firefighters the benefits they deserve and our residents the peace of mind of adequately funded public safety. So today I'm asking my Republican friends in the legislature, fund the police and other vital city services. So as you can see, 2022 has already been a busy year. I'm only touching on a fraction of the accomplishments we have accomplished thus far. Thanks to the American Rescue Plan Act, we have been able to do more, better, and faster. And I want to make this clear too. I talk to mayors in other cities all the time. We have a great team here. We are ahead of the curve in terms of what other cities are doing. I would put our efforts around equity and the use of ARPA funds up against any city, big or small. And it is our staff and the leadership of the council that deserve a large part of that credit. It's a testament to the hard work of so many people who seize the opportunity with these new funds. So Lyndon Johnson once said, if we succeed, it will not be because of what we have, but it will be because of what we are, not because of what we own, but rather because of what we believe. As an organization, as a city, we are deeply committed to ensuring that our residents receive quality services and opportunities and enjoy a good quality of life. We believe that city government can create access and supports to increase our residents' economic mobility and create generational wealth. Almost everything I mentioned in the speech tonight, that is everything that our departments do and everything that the council has approved, improves the quality of life and economic mobility of the people who live here. We are doing a lot. There is more to come, and we should all be proud of that. So before I conclude, there are some important thank yous that I want to offer tonight. So first and foremost, I do want to acknowledge Shannon Powell, my Chief of Staff. Shannon, as many of you have heard already, is moving on to another opportunity. Shannon has been with the city for more than 4 years, and I don't think I have to tell anybody on the council how integral he is to the work that the administration does and the work of moving it forward. He will be deeply missed, deeply, deeply missed in my office, but I want to express some gratitude for him for all he has done for the administration, for the council, and the Racine community. Please join me in thanking Shannon. I want to thank my wife, Rebecca, and our kids, Eleanor, Amelia, and Cory, for the love and patience they have gracefully extended to me in the pursuit of public service. And I want to end tonight by thanking the Racine residents for the honor and privilege of being your mayor. I wake up every single day thinking about how to improve the city that we all love. So God bless our country, and God bless the city of Racine. Thank you. Just to give everyone a brief break, before I adjourn, just let people know we'll stand informal for about 5 minutes before we start the council meeting. Thanks, everyone. This